All right, Rima, thanks a lot for that. Time to shift focus to some earnings then. Sanjay Kapoor, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of SonaKoyoSteering, now joins in. Sanjay, hi, good afternoon. Good to have you on the show. We have some numbers on the screen, and it looks like you had a difficult quarter. Can you explain what went wrong? Because your sales are also down, and your profit is down quite a bit.
Yeah, we've had a difficult Q3 in comparison to last year. On a consolidated basis, we actually declined almost 5.5%, and that's really been because of the domestic sales. Overall, Maruti has done all right and Honda has done all right. However, the rest of the companies have pretty much had a flat or a decline in sales. If you look at our EBITDA margins on a year-to-date basis, they're definitely a lot higher than what they were last year. So it's higher by almost 16%. So we've been able to curtail some amount of costs and continue to keep our EBITDA margins high. Our PAT margins are low mostly because of our depreciation, the new depreciation laws that we have sort of put in, and that therefore the PAT margins look a lot lower than what they should be.
Okay, so going forward then, at what point do you think the margins should settle? I mean, can you give us any kind of trajectory for the next 3 or 4 quarters?
Well, I'd say our EBITDA margins are pretty good. They're healthy. They're at about 13.5%, which is on a consolidated basis, which is a good EBITDA margin. Of course, it could go up higher if sales were to go higher. So we're expecting better sales. We hope to have seen the worst, bottom out, etc. And then January has been better than we had expected. February, of course, is a short month. We're hoping March will be definitely a lot better than what we had last year. And then the next year seems to be good. Maruti is pushing sales into the rural markets, which is definitely positive. Honda is coming out with new models. So again, we're expecting good sales. We're expecting good sales in our off-highway vehicle market. We've just been, which we've just entered in terms of commercial sales for tractors as well as the off-highway vehicles.
Okay, so in terms of sales, Sanjay, what kind of growth do you expect in next fiscal? As you said, this last quarter was tough, but going forward things look good, especially from both Maruti and Honda point of view. So FY16, what kind of sales growth do you think your shareholders can expect? Because today the stock is down because there's been quite a bit of pressure on your top line.
Yeah, so at the rate we're going, we'll probably see about a 3 to 4% sales increase this year. The next year, I'm hoping it will of course grow more than 4%. We're hoping at about a 10% increase in sales, or maybe a little less. So around that level, around 8 to 10%.
Okay. So, Sanjay, if you could also tell us, apart from Honda and Maruti, which are your other big clients, and what kind of growth do you expect from those areas?
Well, our other big clients, of course, is Mahindra, Toyota. These are other big clients for us. Tata is also a customer for us. We're pretty much supplying to most of the passenger car manufacturers in India other than Hyundai. So we hope to see, some revival of sales in Mahindra. They're coming out hopefully with new platforms, and we hope to see, a revival there. With Tata, of course, they have new platform launches. We're not on the new platforms currently, but they're also going to launch new platforms, so we hope to see revival in sales there as well.
Okay, and in terms of your performance of your subsidiary, how's that been?
Our subsidiaries perform well. They're mostly supplying the CEPS, which is to Nissan, as well as to Suzuki, and as well as to Honda. And all the companies are doing well. Nissan is also picking up in sales, so they're also doing pretty well.
Do you get impacted by currency fluctuations, Sanjay? And if yes, what are you doing to safeguard that?
Well, actually, we're pretty much hedged in terms of all our imports. So we don't see much, any impact at all, almost in terms of currency fluctuations. We've hedged our imports.
All right, Sanjay, thanks a lot for your time today, and we wish you luck for the next quarter and for the next year.
All right, should we get some closing strategies now? In this last hour of trade, Yogesh Mehta joining in with some buy or sell recommendations. Yogesh, what's on your list?